Tensions rose during the Senate plenary session today after the new majority and minority blocs clashed over the custody of detained Assistant District Engineer Brice Hernandez. Hernandez is the one who tagged Senators Jinggoy Estrada and Joel Villanueva in the flood control scandal. The House cited him in contempt on Monday, but by Tuesday, he was at the Senate pleading for protection. Senate President Tito Soto says he spoke to House Speaker Martin Romualdez and they later agreed to just have Hernandez detained at the PNP Custodial Center under the supervision of the Senate's Sergeant-at-Arms.
Yesterday, after the hearing, during the hearings that they were conducting in the House, Speaker Martin Romualdez called me and said that their committee was allowing Mr. Hernandez to remain in the House and in the House of Representatives, and that he was requesting that he not be returned back to the Senate because of some fear for his life. That is according to him. So what I did was I asked the Speaker what he plans, because we cannot allow that. I said he is under our custody and therefore he is in contempt in the Senate. Pag iniwan namin sa inyo, sabi ko, ibig sabihin niya para namin pinawalan.
Correct.
Kaya hindi ako pumayag. Correct. So what I did was I asked the Sergeant-at-Arms to bring Mr. Hernandez to the PNP Custodial Center, and that is where he is now. Still under the care of the OSAA.
Today, during the Senate plenary, the discussion got so heated they had to suspend the session for a while and even left the floor to go into a separate meeting room away from the cameras. Former Blue Ribbon Chair Senator Rodante Marcoleta was very angry at the insinuation that Hernandez wouldn't be safe in the Senate. Meanwhile, Bato Dela Rosa questioned why the upper chamber had to coordinate with the lower house.
I was still the chairman of Blue Ribbon Committee at the time, and it was very clear that we committed him to the custody of our Sergeant-at-Arms. Not in Quezon City, not anybody else. We are not supposed to change the rule. I move, Mr. President, that he be back immediately to the custody of the Senate, not only because this is the condition that you gave them, but more importantly, in order to erase the perception that if he is here in the Senate, he is not safe. I will reject the idea that if he returns in the Senate, manganganib ang buhay niya. It is as if that we're giving credence to his statement, which I believe is not true.
The reason why the Speaker requested for Brice Hernandez to be detained not in the Senate, because for fear of being influenced by anybody or any member of the Senate, sila ay takot sa kanilang ginagawa mismo. Hindi po yan gagawain ng Senado na mag-impluensya ng resource person. Never pa nangyari yan na mayroong pumunta doon sa baba, tinakot yung nakakulong cited in contempt na resource person. Gawain nila yan sa House of Representatives. We should be independent from them. We have to stand on our own.
In the end, the Senate decided to move Hernandez to Pasay City Jail on the motion of Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Estrada remains furious over his name being dropped and called the district engineer a liar and a thief. He also said he discovered that, like the Discayas, Hernandez has a lot of vehicles apart from the Lamborghini and Dodge Challenger already mentioned in the hearings. These include a Ford Everest, Ford Territory, Mitsubishi Pajero, and at least 8 motorcycles, including Vespas and Ducatis.
Brice Hernandez claims these vehicles are part of a buy and sell business run by his sibling. But why are all these vehicles registered under their names? Bakit nakarehistro ang kanilang mga sasakyan sa kanilang mga pangalan kung sinasabi niya buy and sell business itong mga ginagawa nila?
Just one small correction to that last item. We read Brice Hernandez was cited in contempt by the Senate and pleaded for protection from the House, not the other way around. We apologize for that mistake. All right, let's get more details on this Senate clash. We have with us tonight Senator Bato Dela Rosa. Good evening, Senator. Welcome back to The Big Story.
Yes, good evening, ladies. Good evening to our listeners and viewers. Good evening sa ating lahat.
Oh, sir, we ran your soundbite. Galit na galit kayo, sir. What happened there?
I just asked the whereabouts of Brice Hernandez because he was cited in contempt by the Blue Ribbon Committee, and he was ordered to be detained sa Senado. So, hinanap po kung nasaan na. At it turned out na nakiusap daw si Speaker kay Senator Soto na huwag na ibalik sa Senado. Dahil baka daw ma-influensya ng mga senador, baka kakausapin, ganon. Kaya sinayad ko yung sitwasyon ni Grijaldo, na nangyari kay Colonel Grijaldo. Hindi po yan gawain ng Senado na manakot ng resource person. Hindi po yan gawain ng Senado na mang-influensya ng resource person, lalong-lalo na yung mga cited in contempt na nakakulong. Hindi po yan gawain namin, kaya hindi po dapat pakinggan yung ganong klaseng rason. The custody of that person who was cited in contempt remains with the Senate. Dapat. Ayun ang stand ko. Dahil para sigurado na yung pananagutan ng Senado ay kung may mangyari sa kanya, Senado mananagot dahil nakakuha yan kustudiya yan ng Senado.
Pero Senator, if tama yung pagkakabasa ko, you seem to be angrier at the fact that kinausap ni House Speaker Martin Romualdez si SP Soto. Is that correct? Parang more than the fact that may question over who should get custody, it seems you're angrier over the fact that the House has asked the Senate to coordinate. Am I reading too much into it, or is that correct?
No. Napukaw lang yung aking emosyon doon sa yung pang-aapi na ginawa nila noon kay Colonel Grijaldo. Para bang bumabalik sa akin ganito na naman ngayon. Tapos pagbigyan pa natin sila. Sabi ko nga, you have to stand on our own. You have to decide na yung kustudiya should remain with the Senate.
So, naalala niyo lang yung kaso ni Colonel Grijaldo before. You're not really angry at the House?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes po.
Senator, so kanina nga, nagkainitan sa Senado. You even had to suspend session. You moved to a different room. At pagbalik, na-announce na nga na ililipat si Brice Hernandez sa Pasay City Jail. How did you agree on that, Senator? At bakit Pasay City Jail? Pwede po ba yun kahit na in contempt pa lang naman itong si Hernandez?
Well, ang akin nga, kung sa Senado dapat, ay kung contempt siya sa Senado, di dapat sa Senado siya ikulong. Pero yun nga, to give weight doon sa rason na natatakot siya sa buhay niya kung sa loob siya ng Senado, so doon na lang siya pinalagay siguro sa Pasay, which is in close proximity sa Senado. Mas malapit ng Pasay Police Station sa Senado.
Pero Senator, alam naman natin yung conditions sa Pasay City Jail, ibang-iba dyan sa custodial facility sa Senate at kahit dun sa PNP. So, you did mention malapit ang Pasay City Jail sa Senate, pero kasama na rin ba yung baka makatulong na mag-cooperate na tong si Brice pag na-experience na niyang manatili, ma-detain sa Pasay City Jail?
Well, we don't distinguish whether maganda o pangit ang kulungan, basta yan ay lahat ay detention facilities yan ng PNP. Ang amin lang consideration doon is yung proximity to the Senate. Malapit lang sa Senado. Dahil nga, under the custody of the Senate sila, anything may mangyari, nasa malapit lang sa Senado.